Hello, everyone. My name is Blau, and I'm the CEO and founder of Modeliks, a business planning and reporting software that helps you plan, manage, fundraise, and grow your business. This session is a demo of the Modeliks platform. But before I jump directly into the platform and show you how to use it, let me first briefly cover what are the main use cases of Modeliks. There are three main modules in Modeliks: the financial planning module, the financial reporting module, and the business plan creator. Now, let's go one by one. The business planning module helps you create automated and error-free financial plans in order to be able to set clear targets and expectations for everyone within the company. Now, going into more detail, the main features of the financial planning module are that first, it's a guided financial planning software that guides you through the financial planning process so that anyone can create a professional financial plan. You can create financial plans for a total company, or if you're a larger company, you can create financial plans by business unit, department, geography, project, store, however your company is structured and managed. If you create plans on operating unit level, then your plans automatically consolidate up all the way to the total company level, and you can allocate costs down from the head office to the operating units in order to get full clarity of the performance of each operating unit. The financial statements, P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow statement are automatically created at every level within your organization. For more advanced users, Modeliks allows you to build driver-based financial models across the whole organization and run scenarios and evaluate initiatives in order to understand how your business might perform in the future. So that's the financial planning module. Second module is the financial reporting module. What it allows you to do is to have automated progress tracking across your organization in order to be able to make informed and confident decisions about the future. What it allows you to do is to track actual performance versus your plan and versus previous periods across your whole organization by business units, department, geographies, project stores, and a total company, however your company is structured, right? It It has an automatic variance analysis on the main on every single part within the business. You can create custom dashboards and KPIs in order to create the reporting structure that is perfect for you and for your business. From there, you can create management reports where you can actually explain the reasons behind the variances, behind the numbers that you see in your financial reports. And finally, you can do all of this by connecting to your accounting system so that you can have error-free and instant monthly reporting, management reporting done within Modeliks. And the third main module is the business plan creator, which is an AI-powered business plan creator mainly used for fundraising. If you need to get a bank loan, or if you need to create a pitch deck for your for investors, this is the module that helps you do that. It helps you create a detailed business plan in about a couple of hours, written with the help of AI. It has a professionally designed pitch deck templates in case you need a pitch deck for investor presentations. It guides you through the business planning and pitch creator process step by step. Your financial plans are automatically integrated within your business plan and pitch deck, and you can collaborate, export, and share your business plan and pitch deck with anyone that you decide to. So that's briefly Modeliks: financial planning, financial reporting, and business plan creator in order to help you plan, manage, fundraise, and grow your business. So now let's jump into Modeliks and see how all this looks like. This is Modeliks. As I mentioned, there are four main modules of Modeliks. The forecasting module, which we are in right now, which helps you build your financial plan for your business. The dashboards module, which helps you with your monthly financial reporting and performance tracking. The pitch deck module, which helps you build an investor-ready pitch deck. And the AI business planning module, which helps you create a detailed business plan with the help of AI within hours. So let's start with the forecasting module or the financial planning module. This is really the core of Modeliks. So what it helps you, as I said, is to create a financial plan for your business. Now, in order to create a financial plan, Modeliks will guide you through the process so that really anyone without even much experience, you're able to create a professional financial plan for your business. So, in order to create a financial plan, what you would have to do is go through these 10 tabs up here in this banner. So, provide your revenue assumptions, define your direct cost or the cost of goods sold, define your employees, your operating expenses, then any other income or other expenses. These are usually one-time or non-operating expenses and income. Your assets, your financing. How do you finance your business? Your taxes, depending on in which country your business is, working capital assumptions. And once you have gone through these 10 tabs here, or as you go through them, your financial plans or your financial statements for your plans are being automatically created. So your profit and loss, your balance sheet, your cash flow statement, plus some employee schedules and charts for visual representation of your financial plan. So now let's go back to revenues and show you how this process works. Now, when you plan, first of all, you the default in Modeliks is that you will plan the first year on a monthly basis. So 12 months. The first year is on monthly basis, so 12 months of a plan, and then another 2 years on an annual basis. But depending on your needs, you can adjust this. You can decide that you want to plan up to 10 years for your business and more, and you can plan up to 3 years on monthly basis, or up to 36 months on monthly basis. And the way to do that is you just go here into the settings menu, and this is where you decide when does your forecast period start, how many years is your forecasting period, for how many years is your forecasting period, how many years on monthly level, so up to 3 years on monthly level forecasts, and finally what is your currency symbol. United States is the default, but you can really add any currency that you want. So once you've set up the planning period and how many years you're going to plan on a monthly basis, then you go back. Now, let's see, how do we add a revenue stream? Usually we start a financial plan with defining our revenues. How are we going to be making money? So it's very simple. You click the add revenue stream button, and here you need to first give this revenue stream a name. So let's say we sell bikes online. So let's call this bike sales. Then we have to define what type of revenue this is, or what is the calculation methodology. So in Modeliks at the moment, there are four standard methodologies for calculating revenues. So you have product sales. This is best when selling tangible products. And here you calculate your revenue based on the number of products you sell multiplied by an average sales price per product. And for selling bikes, this would be the right revenue stream type. Service revenue is best for service businesses, where you calculate your total revenue based on the number of billable hours that you sell multiplied by the hourly rate. Subscription revenue type is best for businesses like Modeliks, where you charge customers on regular basis, whether that's a monthly subscription or semi-annual, annual subscription. This is the type of revenue stream that you use when you have a recurring revenue stream. And then a revenue only type of revenue stream is where there are no assumptions behind the revenue. If you just want to plug in numbers, this month 10,000, next month 12,000, after that $15,000 per month, that's where you use the revenue only type. So for selling bikes, we're going to use the product sales type. So that's it. Click next. Now we need to define two specific variables. One is the unit sales, and the second one is the unit prices. So unit sales is the how many bikes am I selling, the number of bikes, and unit prices is the average price per bike. So let's say we plan to sell 100 bikes this month, then 120 bikes next month, and then 140 bikes next month. And let's say that we don't plan to increase the number of bikes that we sell. So we just click on this arrow here in the last month, and we click, do we want to paste this value to the end? Yes. And now we've pasted the 140 bikes on a monthly basis, and 1,620 on an annual basis. So let's say that next year we're going to sell 2,000, and after that we plan to sell 3,000 bikes. So now we've defined the number of bikes we're going to sell. We go next, and now we want to define the the price per bike. Now, let's say the average price per bike that we sell is about $500. Okay, um, and we copy paste all the way to that. But actually, we expect the average price per bike to increase, maybe because of inflation. So what we could do is click here on this burger menu and add a growth formula for calculating the price per bike. So add growth, and in this case we need to define the price for the first month, or define start or whenever our revenue from this revenue stream starts. Let's say that's from the first month, so we say $500 is in the first month, and then we expect, the first year there is no change in the price, but after that we expect to increase prices by, let's say, 5% and 5% again, and then our unit price is automatically calculated based on that growth rate. That's it. We click save and close, and now our revenue from bike sales has been calculated, starting from 50,000, going up to 70,000 on a monthly basis, and then up to 1.6 million on an annual basis. Now, and that's how simple it is to create revenue streams. All the other sections, cost of goods sold, employees, expenses, they work in a very similar manner. So I'm not going to go into detail on every single one of these additional sections, because there is a separate video for every specific section that goes into detail of the specifics of that one section. But for this demo, I will now jump into show you two very, very important features of Modeliks.
Driver-based financial planning, and why it is important and why it is the right way to plan. Let me start with a definition. Driver-based financial planning is the process of identifying the key activities, also called drivers, that have the highest impact on your financial results, and then building your financial model based on those activities. What it allows you to do is to connect your financial outcomes with the resources that you need to achieve those outcomes. Resources like people, equipment, marketing budgets, and so on. But let me show you this through an example. It's much easier to understand. Now, let's assume that you have a $1 million revenue target. In order to achieve this revenue target, you need 100 customers that pay you $10,000 per customer. But now, in order to be able to get 100 customers, it really depends on two specific drivers. And that is, number one, the number of leads that you're able to generate through your sales and marketing activities, and then the conversion rate from a lead into a customer. Assuming that you have a 10% conversion rate from a lead to a customer, you will need 1,000 leads in order to achieve 100 customers, and then achieve the 1 million revenue target. But then the number of leads will also drive the number of sales employees that you need in order to process those leads. And assuming that one sales employee can handle 200 leads for any period of time, you would need 5 sales employees to process 1,000 leads. The number of leads will also drive the marketing budget that you need to achieve these results. Assuming that it costs you about $100 to acquire any lead in your business, you would need a marketing budget of $100,000 in order to secure 1,000 leads. And then the number of customers will also drive the number of customer support employees that you need in your business. Assuming that one customer support employee can handle about 50 customers at any point of time, that means that you would need 2 customer support employees to handle the 100 customers that you would have. So you very quickly see how the financial model is completely connected with the operations of the business, and how a driver-based financial model, revenue target of 1 million, helps you understand what are the other resources that you need in order to achieve that target. Other resources meaning the number of sales employees in this case, the marketing budget that you need to acquire those leads, and the customer support employees that you need in order to support those customers. Now, let's see how do we set formulas in Modeliks in order to create a truly dynamic and logically linked financial model within Modeliks. So let's continue with our example of our revenue stream, which was bike sales. When we created this revenue stream, we inputted the number of unit sales, or the number of bikes we're going to sell manually, and the unit price. But let's say that we are selling bikes online, And we don't want to input the number of bikes we're going to sell, but we want to calculate it based on two variables. Number one is the number of visitors that we get to our website. And number two, a conversion rate from a visitor into a buyer. And that way we calculate the number of bikes that we're going to sell. So we're going to go, how do we do that? We go into edit on this bike sales revenue stream. Go next to the unit sales tab. Now here, we're going to click on this burger menu here. And we're going to click on set formula. So here, the first step is to define what are the variables or the drivers we're going to use in order to calculate the number of bikes we're going to sell. So these are going to be two specific drivers. Number one is going to be web visitors. And for each variable, we need to define two things. The first thing is data type. And this can be either a dollar or percent or number. And in this case, this is number of web visitors. So this is going to be a number data type. And the category, we also need to define the category for each variable. And what that tells Modeliks is when the inputs for a specific variable are on a monthly basis, how to calculate the annual number for those inputs. So, for example, in this case, this is web visitors. So the number of monthly visitors need to be added up or summed up in order to calculate the number of web visitors on an annual basis. So this is going to be a sum type, category type. So we create that variable. Then we're going to create a second one, which is going to be a conversion rate. Now, data type is going to be a percent because it's a percent conversion rate from a visitor into a buyer. And the category is going to be an average because a 10% monthly conversion rate is also on an annual basis, a 10% conversion rate from a visitor into a buyer. So we create the second variable. Now, the last step here is to create the formula. How are we going to calculate the number of bikes we're going to sell? And this is simple. We're going to click on number of web visitors. We have here the operators that we're going to use to set a formula. So we're going to multiply it by the conversion rate from a visitor into a buyer. That's it. We click apply. And now what we see here is we have our number of unit sales or the number of bikes is not an input anymore, but it's going to be calculated based on the formula that we set, based on the number of visitors multiplied by the conversion rate. So let's say we get 10,000 visitors per month on our website, and just for sake of simplicity, we're going to say this number is not going to change over time. So it's 10,000 on a monthly basis, and we are able to convert 10% from those visitors into buyers. So now the number of units sold is calculated based on 10,000 multiplied by the 10%, and it's 1,000 bikes sold. In this way, you can set logical formulas to calculate any revenue or cost stream in order to be able to replicate the operational logic of your business straight into your financial plan. Now, with the ability to set formulas to calculate any cost or revenue to replicate the operational logic of your business, the opportunities are endless to create a truly professional financial model. So let me just give you one more example, and then we will be done with this part. So let's say now that we've created our revenue stream based on the number of visitors times the conversion rate. Let's now calculate the marketing cost for paid marketing. And the way that we want to calculate these costs now, we let's say that we use Google Ads to bring traffic to our website, and now we know how many visitors we get to our website. So let's calculate the marketing cost by linking the marketing cost to the number of visitors. So we're going to go into expenses here. We're going to add an expense, which is going to be, say, paid marketing. Now, instead of inputting the budget for a marketing expense, let's calculate it based on setting a formula. So we're going to go into set formula here. Now, how are we going to calculate this marketing cost? Based on three variables: the number of visitors that we get to our website, which we already inputted before when we calculated the revenue, the percent of visitors that come through paid channels, because not all visitors will come from paid channels, and then multiplied by the cost per visitor. So how do we do that? First, we add a driver, and because the first variable is going to be the number of visitors, but because we already created this variable, we're not, instead of creating it from scratch again, we're going to select it from existing. And we click there. Here we write web visitors, we find it in the list, and we've added them. Then add two more. Percent of visitors from paid channels. This is going to be a percent type, an average created. And the third variable is going to be a cost per visitor paid. And this is going to be a currency because it's going to be a dollar cost. So now that we've defined the three variables, we're going to set the formula for our paid marketing cost, which is going to be the number of web visitors that we get multiplied by the percent of visitors that come from paid channels, multiplied by the cost that we pay per visitor. We apply. Now what we see, the web visitors is already there because it's connected to the revenue stream. And we say that, let's say, 50% of our visitors come from paid channels. And then for each visitor that comes, we pay, let's say, $1. So now that we've defined that, our marketing cost has been calculated, $5,000 per month. And the beauty of this is that now, if we change the number of visitors that come to our website, both the revenues and the marketing cost will automatically update. So you see, this is how you create a logically linked, a dynamic financial model, where if you change just one number, all the numbers that depend on that one number will automatically change as well, logically, the way that your business functions. That's it. We click Save and Close. And that's how we create a driver-based financial models in Modeliks by setting formulas.
Department level planning and reporting means that you can plan and track performance by an organizational unit within your business. Whether these are departments, business units, regions, projects, stores, however your company is structured and managed, you can set clear targets and track performance across your whole organization and on every level within your organization. Now, in order to do this, first you have to define your organizational structure in Modeliks. Let's see how you do this. To set up your organizational structure in Modeliks, first click on the Modeliks icon here and then select the organizational structure button. This will take you to the organizational structure setting page. Now, for every company, the first time you log into Modeliks, there will be always the first level, which is the total company level for any company. But now let's set up the rest of the organizational structure. Let's imagine that we're going to be setting up an organizational structure for a retail business that manages and that is structured based on regions, and there are several stores within each region. So how do you do that? First, you need to define the next level. First level is always the total company level, and now the next level is going to be, we said, regions. So let's call this level regions. And then we need to define the organizational units within this level. Now, these will be the actual regions in the way that we manage our company. So let's say this is West and East. We can add as many organizational units as we want, but let's keep it simple for this demo and keep it to two regions, West and East. Click Save. So now we have the total company, which is split into two regions, West and East, and there is just one more organizational unit, which is the company head office. There is going to be sometimes costs that, mainly costs, sometimes revenues, but mainly costs, which are not going to be part of any of these regions, and you want to be able to record them on the head office level only. So that's why you see three units here: West, East, and the head office. Now let's create the next level, which is going to be the stores. So again, we click on add level here, and let's call this stores level. And now let's add the organizational units. Let's say store 1, store 2. Let's say we have total of 4 stores. Store 3 and store 4. We click save. Now, what we see is that store 1 is, and every store is in both West and East regions, and obviously this is not possible. So you want to be able to assign the right stores to the right region. So let's say that we have store 1 and store 2 are in the West region, and store 3 and store 4 are in the East region. So how do we do that? We go here on this burger menu, we click Edit Level Structure, and we click this button which says Assign Units. Now here we can assign which stores belong to which region. So let's say that store 1 and 2 belong to region West, and store 3 and 4 belong to region East. So we unmap them, click Save, and that's it. Now we have achieved the organizational structure that we want for our business. And we click Save and Close. And with that, now we are ready to start planning and reporting on a organizational unit level. Now that we have defined and we're happy with our organizational structure, let's see how do we add our first revenue stream and how do we plan on a store level. Now, I'm going to go to our forecast menu, go to our revenue section, and I'm going to click add a revenue stream. Now, first, we got to give this revenue stream a name. Let's say this is going to be product sales revenue. And before I go and start inputting data on the store level, there are three important concepts that we need to cover here. I'm going to click on this advanced settings button here. Now, the three important concepts are the planning level for this revenue stream, or for any revenue, or for any revenue or expense or employee stream that we generate, the organizational unit assignment, and the allocation methodology. Now, first, let's start with the planning level. The planning level, we need to define at which level within our organizational structure we are going to plan for this revenue stream that we're just creating. Now, since this is store product sales, we want to plan at the store level. We want to plan this revenue at a store level. So here in Modeliks at the planning level, it gives us options, total company. These are the three levels that we created when we created the organizational structure. We have the total company level if you want to plan at a company level. You have the regions if you want to plan at the region level. And you have the stores level if you want to plan this revenue stream on a store level. So we said we want to plan revenues on a store level. So we select their store level. Second thing is mapping this revenue stream to the organizational units where this revenue stream exists. Now, if I click this button here, I'm gonna see the full organizational structure that we created. So, if this revenue stream, which is the product sales revenue stream, is not associated to any specific organizational unit within our organizational structure, we can unmap it. So let's say if there is no product sales, for example, in store 4, I can unmap this revenue stream for store 4, and we're not going to see any product sales revenue in store 4. But in this case, because this is store sales, we will map this revenue stream to every store within our organization. So click apply. And the third important concept is allocation methodology. But I'm going to come to this at a little bit later when we talk about expenses allocation. So now that we've defined the planning level, we're going to plan this revenue at the store level, and we've assigned this revenue stream to the correct organizational units where it actually shows up. I'm going to click Save. And now I've defined the name, I've defined the planning level. I'm going to go next. Now what I see is here is my product sales revenue stream that I need to plan on a store level. Like everything else in Modeliks, wherever you see blue color cells, these are inputs. These are numbers that you can change. And then the black or gray colors, they are calculations, and you cannot change those numbers. So what you see is that we will input the revenue plan on every store level, and Modeliks will automatically consolidate those numbers up to a regional level and to a total company level. So let's say store 1, we plan to generate $10,000 per month of revenue. Let's say store 2, we plan 15,000 per month, 20,000 per month, and 30,000 per month of revenue. Now, just to keep things simple, I'm not going to include any growth rates over time for these revenue streams. But in reality, you would not expect that the numbers would be flat across a 3-year period for each store. You would include some kind of growth rate within for each store to see growth in revenues. So, but for this demo, to keep it simple, I've just said $10,000 each month. The revenues and year is going to be exactly the same. So that's it. Now we've planned our store revenue, our product sales revenue on a store level. It consolidates up into the regions and consolidates all the way up into a total company. Click Save and Close. And there it is. That's my total company revenue for the product sales revenue stream. For the product sales revenue stream. Now, if I want to look at the revenue by an organizational unit, I can do that. I just click here on this drop down next to the company name, and I just need to select the organizational unit for which I want to look at this revenue, the values of this revenue stream. So in store one, we see that there is the revenue stream has $10,000 sales per month, and so I can select any part of the organizational structure to see the total the revenue for that part of the organization. And that's it. With that, we have planned our first revenue stream on a store level, and we have seen how it consolidates up all the way to total company level. Now, the last important concept when it comes to department level planning and reporting is allocations. Now, allocations are not so much important for revenues, but they're very important when it comes down to expenses and employee costs. What Modeliks allows you is that you can allocate your costs from the head office down to operating units. Why? Because some costs are incurred at the head office or the regional offices, but should be allocated down to the operating units or the stores in this case, in order to get a correct and clear picture of profitability across the whole organization, from the total company all the way down to the store. For example, a company-wide marketing campaign could be run by the head office and incurred at the head office, and it will be planned at the head office. But each store gets the benefit of this campaign. So part of this marketing cost that is incurred at the total company level should be allocated down to each store in order to get a correct picture of profitability for each store. So let's see how do we do this. Now, I'm going to go here to expenses, and I'm going to say add expense. It's going to be marketing. Now, I'm going to click again advanced settings. And first again, planning level. We said that this marketing campaign will be run by the total company and the cost will be incurred at the company, at the head office level, at the company level. But we would like to allocate it down to the lowest level, to each store. So here I have to select the method allocation methodology for this for allocating this marketing cost all the way down to a store level. So at the moment in Modeliks, there are two options, but we are going to be adding new allocation methodologies on a weekly basis or monthly basis. There are two options. You can either allocate this marketing cost by the revenue breakdown of each store, basically meaning whatever is the percentage of revenue of the specific store from the total revenue of the company, that percent of the marketing cost would also be allocated to that specific store. So if store one revenues is 100 and the total revenue is 1,000, that means that store one revenue is 10% of total revenue. So 10% of the marketing cost would be allocated to store one. So that's the revenue allocation methodology. Or you have a percent breakdown methodology, and this is where you can define what percent of a specific cost to be allocated to each unit manually. In some cases, this is a useful allocation methodology where you actually enter the percentages of the cost that should be allocated to different parts of within the organization. So, and then there is a third option: do not allocate. If we do not want to allocate this cost all the way down to the stores, we can just select do not allocate, and that cost will stay at a company level, but it will not be shown as a cost on a store level. So just for this example, let's select percent breakdown allocation just to see how that looks like. Because if I select revenue breakdown, it will just Modeliks will automatically calculate and allocate all my costs based on the revenue breakdown. So let's actually do that. Revenue breakdown. And I click Save and Close. Okay, I've set up the allocation methodology. I go next. Now I'm going to say we're going to incur this marketing cost is going to be we're planning it at a company level, and it's going to be $1,000 per month. That's it. I click Save and Close. Now I see that at a total company level, my marketing cost is 1,000. But if I click on this icon here, the company structure icon, I can see how Modeliks allocated my marketing cost all the way down to the stores. Meaning, total marketing cost at a company level is 1,000. Region West gets $333 cost, and region East gets $667 cost, and that continues to get allocated down all the way to a store level. So allocation allows you to allocate the costs that are incurred at a head office level or regional offices down to the store level to get a really clear sense of profitability on a store level or on the whatever it's a store or project level, whatever is the lowest level within your organizational structure. And that's it. That's allocations. Extremely important concept to understand profitability across your full organization.
Now, once you're done with inputting your revenue assumptions, your cost of goods sold, employees' expenses, your other income or expenses, if you have any assets, financing, your taxes assumptions, and your working capital assumptions, your financial plan for your business is done. And you can view your financial plan within the report section in the forecast module. Now, your financial plan, any financial plan, has three basic financial statements, which are extremely important for you: the profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. All of these are automatically generated for your financial plan within Modeliks. So the profit and loss statement, it shows you all the revenues and expenses that you expect to have in your business over time, and the total net profit that you expect to generate. Your balance sheet shows you the assets and liabilities that you will own and owe, that you expect to own and owe in the future of your business. Cash flow statement shows the cash movements for your business and helps you understand if at any point of time you need to you start running out of cash and you need to secure more cash for your business, or you're generating cash more than you need to run the business, so you can distribute some dividends for your shareholders. So that's the cash flow statement. There's an employee schedule, which just shows you details on all your employees within your plan, and then there's a section on there's a subsection with charts, basically all the charts that you will need to graphically understand your financial model, your financial plan, and present it to investors or to whomever you need to present your financial plan. So those are the main reports that every financial plan should have automatically generated, error-free for yourself. Now, if you're a little bit larger company and you created your financial plan on an operational unit level, let's say, as we have been going through the example of, you have your stores that aggregate up into regions, and then that aggregates into total company. All these financial plans, you can view them on an organizational unit level. So here, these are my, for example, in this profit and loss, this is my profit and loss for my total company. But if I want to look at the profit and loss on a store level, you click on store one, and you have a profit and loss for any store level, or for that matter, for any regional level. This is extremely important, so that for two reasons. One, so you can sense check that your total financial plan it makes sense based on store level numbers. But more importantly, it allows you to set targets across your organization from a store level up to the regional level, up to total company level. So everyone within your company is clear on what is expected from them, and what their targets are. So that's the reporting section. View the main report, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow statement across your organization. They're automatically generated for you and error-free. The dashboard section within Modeliks allows you to track your actual performance, actual financial performance versus your plan and versus previous periods, so that you can make confident and informed decisions for the future. Now, there are 6 subsections within the dashboard section. First one, financial statements, is a variance analysis on the 3 financial statements: the profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. The variance analysis is by far the most important performance management tool that for any organization. So what it allows you to do, it allows you to understand your actual performance versus your forecast, the dollar variance and the percent variance on every single line item within your P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. It also allows you to compare your actual performance versus previous periods and versus the previous year. So you can easily understand in which areas of your business you're doing better than expected and which areas require some improvement actions to be taken. The second section or the second subsection within dashboards is the charts section. Here, this is more a graphical representation or analysis of your actual performance, again, versus plan or versus previous periods. There are over 50 charts automatically generated, 50 dashboards, which allow you to understand your performance. Things like main KPIs like revenue, your total revenue, EBITDA, your net cash flow and cash balance, your profitability margins, all your operating expenses comparison, actual versus forecast or actual versus previous periods, income statement bridge, revenue breakdowns, revenue bridge, literally any chart on that is important for you to understand how your business is performing versus plan and versus previous periods is already automatically calculated. So that you can graphically, in a matter of minutes, understand how your business is performing and where improvements are required. The ratio section is a collection of the 16 most important ratios that any business should follow to understand their performance. Your profitability ratios, gross profit, EBITDA margins, operating profit margin, net profit margin, your return ratios, return on assets, return on equity, and so on, your leverage ratios, debt ratio, debt to equity ratio, debt service ratio, and your liquidity ratios like current ratio, cash ratio, and so on. So 16 of the most important ratios automatically calculated for you to be able to understand how you're performing on those important ratios. The last 2 sections are custom KPIs and custom dashboards. Now, up until this point, there are over 100 charts and tables that help you understand your performance or the performance of your business. But no one wants to look at 100 charts and tables. So this is where custom KPIs and custom dashboards come in handy. The custom KPIs section allows you to create a list of the 10, 15, 20, whatever that number is, of the most important KPIs for you. You list them down here, and then you can follow the performance on only these 10, 15 most important KPIs in just one page. See how you're performing on them. Again, actual versus forecast versus previous period versus previous year. You can add any of the KPIs that you have in your any of the KPIs that you have in your financial model, and over 200 standard KPIs that you can add to your KPI list. Or if you want to create custom indicators for yourself, you can do that as well by setting a formula for those custom indicators. And then finally, the custom dashboards. Again, this is a graphical representation of your performance. What the custom dashboard allows you to do is create 1 or 2 or 3, how many custom dashboards you need, where you would add only the most important charts and tables from the previous sections to this custom dashboard, so that this is when you evaluate your performance on, let's say, monthly basis, the first place you come is here to your custom dashboard. You have your 10, 15 important charts, you look at them, and if you need to go into more detail, you go into the other sections. Otherwise, these charts and tables should give you the full understanding of how your business is performing. So the way it works is that I've created here just a sample custom dashboard where I've added a few charts: income statement, revenue, operating expenses, profitability margin, and so on. And let's say gross profit monthly. So let's say that I want to remove the gross profit monthly chart. Just by clicking on this trash can here, you can remove it from your custom dashboard. And then if you want to add another chart or another table, maybe from from various analysis or from the charts here. If you want to add another chart, you just go here, you find the chart that you want. Let's say I want to add the let me see, I want to add the operating expenses monthly chart. You just click on this little star here. It will ask you to which custom dashboard you want to add it. Lagos custom dashboard, add, and now when I go to custom dashboards, I will see that the operating expenses monthly has been added to my custom dashboard. You can move your charts around so that you can put them in the order that you want them to be in, so that you have the perfect flow for your management reporting. And that's it. The dashboards module is the module that helps you truly understand how your performance, how is your actual performance versus plan in previous period, so that you can make confident decisions about the future. The last thing I want to say for the dashboards module is that if you have a bit more complex company structure, and we've been going through this demo with the example of a retail chain with 4 stores in two different regions, and they all consolidate in total company. In that case, also the dashboards section allows you to understand the performance on any particular part within the business. So here, these are the charts and the numbers for the total company. But for example, if I just want to look at how is my West region performing, I just select the West region, and I can look at the numbers only for the West region or for any specific store if I want to, across all sections within dashboard. So you can truly understand the performance on within every organizational unit within your company, and make confident decisions about the future. Now, in order to be able to do that financial analysis of actual performance versus plan and versus previous periods that we just saw in the dashboards module, you have to first input your actual results in Modeliks. Now, there are 3 ways to input your actual results into Modeliks. Number 1 is just by manual input. If you want to just input your actual results, if you're a small company with just 10, 15 inputs, 20 inputs per month, probably the easiest thing to do is just input your actual results. To do that is we would have to get to the actual input mask, and to do that we would click first on the Modeliks logo up here, and then click on the actuals icon here, and that will bring you to this window where you are able to input your actual results. So the first thing to do is to just select the month for which you want to input actual. So let's say the month of March has passed, 2025, and we want to input the actual results for the March 2025 month. So we select March to March, and here it is. This is our profit and loss, our balance sheet, our cash flow statement, and our employee schedule that we need to input the results for the month of March. So it would be as simple as you look at all your revenue streams, retail sales, how much did we generate in retail sales in March? Let's say 10,000. Service revenue, we generated 5,000, and so on. You go down the profit and loss statement, and for all your revenue and expense streams, you just input your actual data, and then all your data, all your analysis in the dashboards section will be done. Now, if you're a larger company with many accounts, which most of our clients are, you do not want to input your actual results manually. So how do you do that? The second option is connecting your accounting software to Modeliks, so that all your accounting data or all your financial performance data from your accounting system can automatically be imported into Modeliks. At the moment, and in order to how do you do that? Here you see import integration setup. You click on setup integration, and at the moment we have an integration with QuickBooks. So and we are currently working on the zero integration, which should be done in the next couple of months. But as of now, you're able to connect your QuickBooks accounting software to Modeliks. It's just a few clicks. Click on connect to QuickBooks. Click connect, and then you will need to log into your QuickBooks account, and you will be able to automatically then set up a connection between your QuickBooks and Modeliks, so that every month the whole financial reporting process becomes extremely simple when you just click a button and all your actual results from QuickBooks are pulled into Modeliks. And the third way to the third option for inputting, if you're not a QuickBooks user, then the third way to be importing your actual results into Modeliks is by actually importing them from Excel. To do that, you click up here, import from Excel, and what that will do is it will allow you to download a template from Modeliks. You download that template, you fill it up in Excel, and then you re-upload it back into Modeliks, and all your actual results will be saved into Modeliks. And once that is done, usually our clients do it on a monthly basis because they want to do a monthly performance management. Once that is done, it takes usually 5-10 minutes. Once that is done, you can have all your dashboards, reports, and analysis automatically done for you. That's it. That's how you import your actuals into Modeliks. You either input them manually, you upload them from Excel, or if you're a QuickBooks user, then you just connect your QuickBooks account to Modeliks and every month sync your monthly financial data from QuickBooks into Modeliks. The business planning module in Modeliks allows you to create a detailed investor-ready business plan within hours. The business plan creator is powered by AI, and it will guide you through the financial planning process to make sure you don't miss anything important. And it will write your business plan in the perfect language and format. So let's see how the business planning process looks in Modeliks. Every business plan will have 5 sections. The business overview section, where you describe your company, your values, ownership, and products and services. Then the market analysis section, when you describe the problems that your business is solving and the solutions that you offer, the target market, any market trends, and your competitor analysis. The strategy section, which discusses your marketing plan, your pricing strategy, your sales strategy, your operations plan, and the team that you have in order to execute your business. The fourth section is the financial section, or the financial plan of your section. And then at the end, you write a one-page executive summary that ties up the whole business plan in just one page. So there is a detailed video on how to use the business planning module within Modeliks, and there is a link to that video in the description. But here I'm just going to quickly show you how the business planning process works in Modeliks. So this is the dashboard of the business planning module. What you would need to do in order to finish your business plan is go through each one of the sections that we see here. There are around 15 sections within the business planning module, and provide your input so that Modeliks can write your business plan in the perfect language and format. So let's see that here we can see that we've gone through the first 3 sections. We've provided a short description about the business plan that we're creating. We're creating a business plan for Modeliks, a business planning software. So now let's create the section for products and services. We click start, and what it will do is the Modeliks AI will automatically give you options for products and services that such a business could be offering to your clients. So it gives you ideas of what are the products and services that you could be offering. So if I go through it, I see business plan templates. Yes, we are offering business plan templates, but it's not a business plan template. Actually, we are offering a AI business plan creator. So I'm going to close enough, but I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to say business plan creator as a product. Then financial forecasting tools. Yes, Modeliks offers that. Market analysis software. No. Performance tracking dashboards. Yes, we offer that. And from what I can see, scenario planning applications. And from what I can see here, that we are also offering pitch deck creator. However, I don't see it in the suggested products by Modeliks. So I will click add more, and I will add pitch deck creator. And I'm gonna save that. Save the product. So now I've defined the products that we offer. And when I go next, all right, click generate and review section, Modeliks will automatically write a full description for my products and services that I'm offering. I can review. So here we go. We have our products and services, a short description of the products of each product that we're offering, and I can go through it. If I like what I read, great. If I want to tweak it a little bit, I just go in here and just add whatever I want to add, and then that section is finished. I go back to the wizard and I go to the next section. Modeliks business planning works in the same logic for all the sections. You go to the section, Modeliks will provide you some suggestions about that specific section on content that you should be including. You just select the options that apply to you, make some edits if you need, and move on to the next section. And as you go through the 20 sections, at the end you would have a fully detailed 30-page investor ready or bank ready, in case you're applying for a bank loan, business plan done within a couple of hours. Enjoy business planning with Modeliks. So this concludes our demo for Modeliks, a business planning and reporting software for SMEs and startups. It helps you plan, manage, fundraise, and grow your business. Enjoy Modeliks.